My name's Antony Daly and I am the owner of 586 Records based in the centre of Newcastle. Well, it was by chance that I came across the actual space. I went in, had a look at it and it looked the perfect size for what I was looking for. And I just think with everything else that's sort of going on the floor, you know, you've got artists, you've got people who repair musical instruments, then I think there's like an autism support group. There's so many different things happening. It's just an interesting space to be in.
He was immediately like, I think obviously like when I came in, the shop was in the initial starting stages, so he was pretty excited about the whole project and you could definitely see that he was excited, and I was pretty excited to have a shop like that in Newcastle.
Early record shop experiences for me, they were pretty kind, shall we say.
What makes 586 different is really so the atmosphere when you go in. I don't think it's like any other record shop I've been in, especially in Newcastle.
In later years I've been in record shops and it's just bumped into the equivalent of like a moody DJ ignoring you or just almost laughing at the records that you've had the audacity to take to the counter.
I'm obviously biased because he's my mate, but you know, the little touches, the little homely touches and that, you can come and just have a sip and a cup of tea or whatever, chat on. Quite like that, like a social sort of vibe to it.
As well as like being really into it and friendly to me, he also knew his music really well, which is a vital skill of a record shop owner, I think.
Well, I don't really go into any other record shops in Newcastle anymore. I went record shopping in London a few weeks ago and they sort of see two girls going into a record shop and just cut themselves off. They don't really like to interact with you.
Yeah, there's no sort of snootiness, like, yeah, he's pretty much the opposite.
For me personally, looking to open my own business, I needed to be a million miles away from that. I think record shops should be somewhere to interact. You know, you come in, you get some advice of people who are behind the counter. If you've got an event or a poster you need to put up for something that you're either doing or you're helping some friends out to do, I think the record shop's the perfect place.
So I've been in and haven't bought anything recently more than I've been in and have bought something, so I usually just go in now for a chat, for a quick look. So I'd say maybe once a month I'll go in just to chat and just to see what the crack is.
I'd rather go to a shop and I'd rather like look through the records and have a shop and have a bit of a community atmosphere.
I think that it's really, really important. And it's been missing for a long time. I mean, you go to some of the record shops on the high street now and you might as well just be queuing up in Tesco's. The first record that I bought might have been Harold Faltermeyer, Axel F from the soundtrack to Beverly Hills Cop 1, I think. Great song actually. I started taking greater interest in dance music at the back end of the 1980s. Previous to that, I'd been listening to a lot of indie alternative stuff. I was a big fan of Joy Division, New Order, Happy Mondays, Stone Roses. I've kept records over using the likes of CDs or even memory sticks because I think my brain works in quite a mysterious and strange way at times. For me personally, DJing, I need to be looking at record sleeves or labels. That's where the recognition of what it is I'm looking for comes from. I think the buying of vinyl dance-wise, it dipped off for a number of years, and you know, I think a lot of DJs from the continent have made a point of only playing vinyl, but that's, for a lot of people, that's never really gone away. It shouldn't be a unique selling point. You know, for me and many more, it's always been about vinyl.
I definitely think that the fact that so much of dance music is based around a vinyl culture really influenced me to start collecting vinyl. And when I started collecting vinyl, I was collecting pretty much only dance music, things that I was thinking, oh, I could mix this into that. For me, I just really wanted to sort of get to grips with that sort of classic technique.
When I see club nights or parties or DJs just saying, right, I'm playing a vinyl only set, well, what do you want, a pat on the back? What do you want, congratulations? It doesn't wash with me, it just doesn't wash. The vinyl medium's the one for me. I just like everything about it. I mean, from the artwork to the music that's contained on it, it's pretty much a labour of love for some people. You know, they're putting the heart and soul into it, pouring the souls into this product, and I appreciate what they're doing, and that's why I'll stick to vinyl.
For me, like record collecting, my two favourite things about it are that one, it's like a massive quality control thing. I think that it's so easy to like download a track and not really like care too much about it. But like if you've actually took the time to buy something, it shows that that track means enough for you to be able to put that effort in and put that money in. But also like I listened to so much music when I was like 14, 15. I remember like listening to bands and really appreciating songs, and like now I just can't remember for the life of me what the name of it is. And it's like, it was all just on my computer, and that computer's gone. I hope that maybe like when I'm 30 or something, I can come back and look through my records from when I was this age. And if I can't remember a track, I can find it and play it and be reminded again.
I think people should be more supportive of actual physical record shops and make a point, if they're buying records regularly, go into these shops. See if they've got the stock in there. If they haven't, ask them if they can order it. You know, I need to be supporting small independent businesses. I mean, I've been guilty of it myself plenty, where you'll just order records online because it's easy. And I've been guilty of it years and years ago, of just listening to sound clips, ordering a record or ordering a couple of £100 worth of records, getting them delivered, and then putting them on my own turntable and just going, is this the same record that I listened to online? Just wasted so much money. You'll probably find them in my £1 bins. So good luck.
The biggest difference for me is the recommendations and the try before you buy. So you go online and you listen for a minute and a half, and you don't really get the feel for the record. But when you go in, you pick it up, you can see the artwork, you can see all the details on it, you stick it on, you can listen to the whole tune, you can skip it back and forward where you want, listen again, turn it over. I don't think you've got the freedom to do that online, and it becomes a bit monotonous. Just you start clicking on everything you can online and you sort of forget what you're actually looking for. It's more interesting and sort of brings the joy back into it when you're doing it physically.
I'm not really too in touch with what's going on in Newcastle in a lot of ways. I've just done my own thing, not solely by myself, but with just like-minded people who don't sort of follow trends or fads. We like what we like and we stick at it, and some people will come along and maybe jump on the bandwagon, and it blows up for a couple of years, then they move on to something else. But there's always been a core of people in Newcastle who just stick to what they believe in doing. They believe in what they're doing is right, and I wholeheartedly agree with them.
I've put on a series of parties in Newcastle. It's stopped now with pressures of money, time, licensing constraints, but it was really enjoyable. It's hard to put on a party in Newcastle. It's very saturated nightlife.
Me and my friend have also set up a night in Newcastle called Sulcus, and yeah, we're just trying to do something a bit different to what's going on here now. Like, the main aim of it is that we just want to book people and organise stuff that none of the other promoters would do.
Well, I've been in bands and shit as well for years, so like put on loads of gigs and that over the years, but me and two other guys do nights called Dada. I think the first party we did was the old jazz cafe opposite TheFour. The room upstairs in there is absolutely bonkers. And the guy who had it, who's dead now, he was notorious for not letting like outsiders use it, and I don't know how, but we managed to charm him into letting him use his place. And loads of people came to a party who had never ever been in there before, so it was kind of good. Like, we were giving a bit back to him and he was giving to us by letting me use that room.
The idea of the shop came about around about summer of 2014. I'd recently been released from prison. It was my third prison sentence for selling drugs, or being involved in the selling of drugs. While I was away, I decided that I really needed to make a massive change in my life. I just thought, I cannot keep on living my life like this now. I'm in my early 40s. And so when I got out, I just thought, what do I enjoy doing? You know, I enjoy playing records, finding records and putting my friends onto them, sharing them. But if I put the time and effort in that I do to a lot of my other pastimes, then I'm pretty sure I can make it work. So now I've got the opportunity to do something that I enjoy, and I'm going at it. I'm going at it as best as I can and as hard as I can.